Good morning. You're listening to WIFO-FM in Jessup. Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South First Street right here in Jessup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jessup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner special. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
Butch and Bob Show. World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO. 105.5 FM, Big Dog Country Radio. Here we are on this Thursday morning, 18th day of August. And Bob, how you doing?
Doing well. I want to remind everybody again about Van's Barbecue tomorrow. They've got a
Van's
special.
Barbecue? Okay.
Low Country Bowl, $12 tax included. Low Country Bowl plus one crab cluster, $20 tax included. Fried shrimp plate tomorrow available, $12 tax included. Again, that's tomorrow at Van's Barbecue.
Is that our lunch and dinner thing or all day? Or?
Lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner at Van's Barbecue tomorrow. All those special deals right there. The Low Country Boil, $12. Can't beat that, Bob.
Can't beat it.
Shrimp dinner, you said, is what?
Fried shrimp, $12.
$12 dinner. All the trimmings there with all that. At Van's Barbecue on the Savannah Highway, right there at the base of the 301 bypass. Van's Barbecue. Good eating.
No doubt.
No doubt about that. All right. And we're waiting for the folks from ARF to get in here this morning as one of the two's running just a little late. You still can't get a hold of it? Well, come on in then. We'll just talk as much as we possibly can with a little limited knowledge that you've got. You live down there. Don't tell me you don't know what's going on. Jeez. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me put your mic on there. Introduce yourself.
I'm Tammy Kolb. I'm the manager of the ARF Clinic in Jessup.
Okay. You are once again. I want to see if your name was clear.
Tammy.
Tammy.
Yes, sir.
Last name?
Kolb. Kolb.
Kolb. All right, Tammy Kolb. Spent quite a bit of time with Tammy about this Monday. 4 weeks ago, I had my two cats neutered.
Yes, sir.
And one of them just didn't want to wake up.
Now you're supposed to be being lazy.
Yeah, it was funny. He didn't want to wake up after being neutered. But it's been a while since we've had ARF in here. A lot of folks are probably saying, "Is ARF still around?" And that kind of stuff. And we just want to go over. ARF is the initials there for Animal Refuge Foundation here in Wayne County. It's been around for many, many years. I guess the main purpose, the main mission of ARF is getting cats and dogs neutered and spayed. Is that correct?
For the most part, yes, sir. There's a lot of components to it. It's they rescue animals and
rescue animals
yes.
and things of that sort.
Adopt animals out.
Yeah, you adopt animals out. You get adopt animals out. You also have folks who act like foster parents.
Yes, we do.
Who will keep dogs or cats until someone actually adopts them.
Which we could use fosters.
You could use some more
fosters.
fosters.
Wants to give us a call.
And so,
that.
Where is ARF now located here in Wayne County?
8678 Highway 301 South.
Okay, so if you go down 301 South,
yes,
go
sir.
past the airport, keep boogieing,
yep.
and right before you get to the Broadhurst Road, I mean,
yes,
just
sir, on the
right before it, you'll see a sign there. You have to walk. Seems like you're turning into the woods there, but it's a driveway that turns in there. It's got a little sign there that says ARF, and that's where it is,
yes,
right there
sir.
before Broadhurst Road, going 301 South. So tell us what's going on at ARF and the reason why y'all requested the time here to be on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show this morning.
Well, Gibson and McDonald has a Dog Days of Summer going, and you can go in there and you can donate, or there's a percentage. It's 10 to 15% that you can donate of your purchase.
And this is at Gibson McDonald?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've got the sheet right here. Gibson McDonald's Dog Days of Summer. So Gibson McDonald's, Denise Martin down there is trying to help.
They are.
They're trying to help ARF out,
yes,
doing
sir.
a fundraiser for ARF at Gibson McDonald here in Jessup. Dog Days of Summer, where different things you do there will give money towards ARF. Is that correct?
It is. Right now we're trying to raise money for supplies because we do low-cost spay and neuter, and we have a donor that has donated money for us to do the low-cost spay and neuter for free, but we need money for supplies. But right now our money for the free has come to an end. We've actually neutered 469 animals since spay and neutered 469 animals since we have moved to the new location.
Wow! Now you have the free, which we see you've given out of the money on that, so you're trying to get some more on that. But you do have, like with my two cats, when I had both of them neutered, low cost compared to what it'd be if you took it to a regular veterinarian clinic.
Yes, sir. We're trying to help the community because I know there's a lot animal issue in Wayne County and the surrounding counties as well, but we're trying to focus more on Wayne County. Just a lot of issues, a lot of strays, a lot of litters, and the litters are filling up the pound, which therefore the pound gets full, and we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. And like I said, we are a low cost spay and neuter clinic. We're not trying to be all fancy like one of the bigger hospitals or whatever. We are truly trying to help the community and the people. There's a lot of businesses here that have feral colonies behind their businesses that they don't want. There's dogs, all over the place. Animal control gets calls all the time for animals in their people's yards. Just if you live on a dead end road, it seems like people are just go down there and they dump dogs and cats, and that's a cruel way to try to fix the problem. But the better way to fix the problem is give us a call and let us try to work something out to help with getting their main animal that's producing these unwanted litters fixed.
All right. And Tammy Cole was in here from ARF this morning. Right now at Gibson McDonald here in Jessup, they got Dog Days of Summer going on there, a special promotion to try to help raise funds for ARF. So you can go by there and check it out and see all the different discounts and special things they do where they'll donate to ARF if you buy from them, and many of the items are on sale right now. And ARF is that. Just the cats and the dogs. Y'all have a veterinarian, a vet that comes in to help out with this, with the
yes, sir. We have two.
Right?
We have two, Dr. Jessica Giddens and Dr. Ashley Ross. They come in, and they come in from quite a ways, mind you.
Do they?
Yes, sir. They do. They do. They one's from, is it Patton? I want to say Patterson, and one is on the other side of Blackshear. I mean, it takes them a good hour to even get here for the day.
Okay, and so they come in and they do the neuter the cats and dogs and spay the cats and dogs, and that really helps cut down on the population of dogs and cats here in Wayne County, because you do see them out there, and so if you do have a dog or cat, good thing to do is just go have them spayed or neutered. Now, I've got 2 dogs, and I plan on doing that next with them, a female dog and a male dog.
Yeah, they do. They go around to rescues, and they help other rescues as well, and other low cost areas as well.
Okay.
Spaying and neutering, and that's pretty much what they do. Mind you, they both are large animal veterinarians, though, and they've helped us a great deal. Okay. They really have.
Now, how do folks get in contact with ARF to be able to say, hey, I'd like to have my dog or cat, spayed or neutered? How do they go about getting a hold of y'all and setting up an appointment?
They can call and leave a message at 912-432-9373 and just leave a message. Mind you, we are only open one day a week, which is Monday, but a lot of times we don't get back to them that very day because that is a clinic day. But we do go in on Tuesday, and I do go in and check the messages 2 to 3 days, but you will get a call back. It just might not be spontaneous or it's right there, but you will get a call back if you call and leave a message.
And you have a website. Is it still active there, ARF of Wayne County?
Yes, sir. Actually, we had someone just revamp it.
Revamp it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's ARF, A-R-F, of WayneCounty.com. So ARF of WayneCounty.com. And once again, their phone number is 912-432-9373. In the past, we've seen y'all at different functions around town, like Odom Day and things of that sort, and you'll have your ARF display set up there with some of the dogs that you have. I think sometimes cat, but mainly dogs there. Y'all still do that? Do y'all still do that, or?
Not so much anymore because we've just reopened. Mm-hmm. So we really haven't we're lacking volunteers and we're lacking fosters, truthfully. That's what if we had the volunteers and we had the fosters, we could do more. But when there's just a small handful of people doing everything instead of being able to disperse,
if a person wanted to volunteer for ARF, what are some of the kind of type of volunteer work they would be doing to help y'all out with these animals?
They come to the clinic and they could work the clinic. They could help on the recovery floor. They could help walk animals. They could help check in. They could help when they leave the output. There's so many ways. I mean, they could volunteer to do fundraisers. They could volunteer. There's just so many things. It's I know y'all have somebody a lot of with work. Some good ideas.
Right. So if you'd like to volunteer to be able to help ARF out, to help with these animals, these cats and dogs that they're treating down there, just give them a call at ARF and to say, hey, how can I help? And then you pick the area that you feel most comfortable with. Okay. And now, what about foster? What do foster parents do for ARF?
What they do is when an animal is pulled into the system, they put the animal in their home and just
basically
take care of it until you find a foster. Yes, sir, and make sure they get their shots. They're fully vetted. We do spay and neuter them before they go anywhere. They just have to fill out an application. They are vetted. Background, they need all that. Right. And then they can find a home. So they live a home life and become a true family pet before they are adopted and go into someone adopts them and goes into their home.
And make sure they're still comfortable with
we know their quirks.
Like that,
if they like cats, don't like cats. If it just so it's just a family pet.
And how do people go about adopting these? Getting these pets from y'all?
They go to the website there and go to adopt, and we have a list of dogs that are on that website as well. If they're looking for a dog to adopt, fill out the application.
And cats too, or just dogs?
Yes, sir, cats.
And cats, dogs and cats.
Yes, sir.
So you go to the website of ARFofWayneCounty.com and click on adopt, and you'll have pictures of the cats and the dogs that are on there.
Yes.
Okay.
There's an application Like I said, it was just revamped, and I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at it, and it's. All
right.
I think it's actually still in the works. So
okay. Well, it was great that y'all were able to come in there. I know that when I was talking with y'all when I had both of my cats neutered about 4 weeks ago, that we were talking about that, and y'all coming on the Butch and Bob Show, and you got this new location, and you need help, volunteers. You need a lot of volunteers to help you out there. You need foster parents. You need you're trying to inform people about how to adopt these pets from y'all, and your hours of operation and what y'all do here in Wayne County. It's just a great organization. ARF is, and just give them a call at 912-432-9373. Remember, they're only open on Mondays, but they will get back with you, and you can go to their website at arfofwaynecounty.com. And remember, Gibson McDonald here in Jessup's got an event going on from now through August 28th, and where they're helping raise funds for ARF when you purchase items from there. Anything else?
Yeah, if there's any businesses that would like to do the same, we could sure use it for supplies for the spay and neuters.
Yeah, okay. If you're a business out there and you'd like to be able to donate to ARF in any type of way that will help them out, just get a hold of them at 912-432-9373. Tammy Culp, you're the director there, right?
I'm the clinic manager.
Clinic manager.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Anytime that y'all want to come on, just let me know.
Well,
okay?
Thank you. Appreciate
we really want to help promote and make sure that that people are volunteering, adopting, fostering, giving to ARF. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WYFO. More of the world famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment. We got Congressman Betty Carter called in just a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Showers likely early, then showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon, highs low 80s. Showers and thunderstorms likely this evening around 70. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms, then showers and thunderstorms likely in the afternoon, highs mid 80s. Saturday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And we have our second guest here on the show with us. We got Congressman Betty Carter on the phone with us. Bob, take it away.
Just joining us, Buddy Carter on the phone with us. Buddy, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope y'all are.
Doing great. A lot going on. Where you want to begin? I'll let you start.
Well, I certainly think we need to talk about these 87,000 IRS agents that all of a sudden, I'm certain that they have hired them to make sure that we get our tax returns back faster. I'm convinced. That's the reason that they have hired.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
I saw the cartoon on of the Fox News website the other day, and it was funny. I mean, it was funny about this huge IRS agent, buffed up, kind of like Terminator did back when he was in his, Arnold Schwarzenegger did years ago, and it was just funny. So, what are they going to do with these new IRS agents? What do you think, buddy?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They are there in order to do more audits, and that's exactly what they want to do, is to increase revenues. Now, they have made a commitment, and Joe Biden made a commitment, that he wouldn't raise taxes on anyone who was making less than $400,000 a year. Well, there was actually an amendment that was offered in the Senate that would have said that no audits can be done of anyone who's making under $400,000 a year, but the Democrats rejected it. So, obviously, their intent is to make sure that they increase revenues by increasing the number of audits. Now, I was in business for over 32 years, and I got audited twice. Fortunately, both of them turned out okay. However, I will tell you, it was a strain, especially on small businesses, and that's what they're going to be targeting here. And, when you're running a small business, you don't have extra help. You have to be lean and mean, and we had to devote all of our attention to those two audits. We had to hire extra help, and it was a burden on us. But that's what they're intending to do, is to target particularly small businesses and to try to increase revenues by by doing more audits.
What about for individuals? Where do you think that'll stand with the new several thousand new IRS agents?
I'm sure that will increase as well. I'm not naive enough to believe that that's not going to be the case. I do think that will increase and that you'll see more audits on individuals.
Okay. Bob?
Hadn't talked to you since Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan. What did you make of all that?
Well, no, look, I believe in giving credit where credit's due. I'm not a fan of Speaker Pelosi at all, but I do applaud her for what she did here because, after all, Joe Biden didn't have the guts to do it. He didn't have the guts to stand. He doesn't have the guts to stand up to China, and Nancy Pelosi did, and she went over there, and I applaud her for that. We've got to, we are the ones who should be setting the tone with China, not letting them set the tone. We are the most powerful nation in the world, and we need to set that tone. I'm very concerned about what's going to happen with Taiwan. I've been to Taiwan twice, and I will tell you it is a great democracy. We're the leader of democracy here in America, in the world. And we have to make sure that these democratic countries are protected. And we've got to send a message, a strong message, to Russia, to China, to the communist countries that want to overtake these other the democratic countries, that we're not going to stand for that. So I thought it was a good move by her to go over there, again, because certainly Joe Biden doesn't have the guts to do it.
So isn't there talk out there that Hunter Biden has business dealings with the Chinese? Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. And thank you for bringing up that point, because it brings up a bigger point. That is, okay, buddy, Republicans are going to be taking over next session and next year, and we expect that we will be in the majority. So what are you going to do? Is it going to be like the dog chasing the car? You catch the car, what are you going to do with it? Well, no. We are intending to do oversight and investigations. That is the responsibility of the United States Congress, is to make sure that we are doing oversight on different agencies as well as on things like this that come up. And we're going to be doing this, and that'll be one of the things at the top of the list, is to look at the laptop, is to look at his dealings with Ukraine, look at his dealings with China, all of these things. The Judiciary Committee, the committee that I serve on, the Energy and Commerce Committee, we're going to be doing oversight and investigations into a number of things. And, of course, the Oversight and Government Affairs Committee, they'll do a lot with their agenda as well. I was on that committee my first session, enjoyed that committee very much.
What about the timing of President Biden talking for about 2 hours with the president and the leader of China, just a week or so before Pelosi went to Taiwan? Do you think that subject came up, or I'm just trying to understand how you can talk to a leader of a country for 2 hours and then suddenly, things really start to go downhill a week later?
Well, that's a good question, and really there has not been anything released as to exactly what was discussed during that 2 hour phone call or whatever it was, but again, that's the kind of thing, and I get it. I know that there are things that a president discusses that should not be released to the public, and that is the prerogative of the leader of the free world, of our country. But at the same time, I think that the American people deserve to know exactly what is going on and where we're at in that relationship. Look, Taiwan is extremely important for a number of different reasons, not the least of which is what I mentioned earlier, the fact that we're the leader of democracy in the world and we need to stand up for these countries. But keep in mind that Taiwan manufactures 90% of all the advanced microchips in the world. Now, the microchips that go into your trucks, into your cars, most of those, over half of those, are manufactured here in America. We've got a shortage now. We've got supply chain issues that we need to address. But the advanced chips that go into computers, that go into Department of Defense weapons, those are the ones that are primarily made in Taiwan. If China takes that over and they have control of that, we are in one fine mess then. We've got to do two things. We've got to make sure China does not take over Taiwan. And secondly, we've got to increase our production here in America of the advanced chips.
A massive spending bill that the Congress just passed and the President just signed. We talked about the several thousand new IRS agents. What else can Americans expect from that massive spending bill that the Congress just passed?
Well, a couple of things. The IRS agents, the fact that now we're going to have an increase in taxes. You never increase taxes during a recession, and we are in a recession. I don't care how the administration tries to define it, we are in a recession. We've got inflation that's running rampant. We've got too many dollars chasing after too few products, causing that inflation. Go to the grocery store, go to the gas station, and, oh, by the way, we're supposed to be happy right now because gas has gone down to $4.11 across the country. And, yeah, it's cheaper here in Georgia because our governor has suspended our state gas tax. But still, we're supposed to be happy that gas is at $3.50 a gallon. My goodness. But there are other things in this bill that are very concerning to me, particularly as a pharmacist, as a healthcare professional, and it has to do with prescription drug pricing. The Democrats have put in a prescription drug pricing component of this bill that is going to kill research and development at a time when we can ill afford it in this country. We need research and development. In my over 40 years of practice as a pharmacist, I've seen nothing short of miracles come out as a result of research and development. When we're facing diseases like ALS, cancer, Alzheimer's, we've got to have cures for those, and we need that research and development because here in America, we're the world's innovator. The new drugs that are coming out now, they're coming out from our research and development, and we need to make sure that continues on. I'm just like everyone else. I want to make sure, more so than anyone else, I want to make sure that we do something about prescription drug pricing. And I know what to do. I'm just telling you, I know where the problem is. It's with the middlemen, the companies, the insurance companies that aren't putting any money into research and development. Yes, the pharmaceutical manufacturers need to do a better job with their pricing, but at least they are putting money into research and development. In this bill, what they're proposing, it's going to kill research and development, again, at a time when we can ill afford it.
I've talked to some people. Some people wonder if any of the folks up there in Washington, D.C. have taken any classes in economics where, if you spend more, you're going to have more inflation. That's just the way it is. And so once again, another massive spending bills have we had in the last 3 years with trillions of dollars here, trillions of dollars there, now billions of dollars. I really can't see inflation going down if you continue to spend all this money. That's economics 101, right?
It is. And look, right now, we've got a deficit in our country. What we owe, over $30 trillion. $30 trillion in debt. I mean, that's intergenerational theft because we are telling future generations, we're telling our children, our grandchildren's grandchildren, that they are going to be digging out of this hole that we're creating right now. And Butch, that's why I'm running for chair of the Budget Committee next year, to do something about that, to rein in this spending. There are basically 3 buckets out there that we've got to address. One is Social Security. Now, I'm not proposing that we cut the existing Social Security, that is, those who are on it right now. However, we need to look at it down in the future. We need to eventually raise the age, not on the people who are getting it now, but those who are entering and paying now. We need to make clear to them, look, when you get to this age, you're not going to be able to get it at 65 or 66. You're going to have to wait until you're 68 or 69, and just raise the age gradually. We can do that without hurting that program. The second bucket is Medicaid and Medicare. That's going to be a tough one because everybody depends on that, and I get it, and we understand that. And the third is everything else. So you get those 3 buckets, and you address them one at a time. I know, how do you do something about a $30 trillion debt? Well, it's just like eating an elephant. You do it one bite at a time, and that's what we've got to do. The debt is now costing us on our interest. It is the 4th highest line item in our budget. Just the interest, not the debt itself, but just the interest on the debt is the 4th largest line item, and it will soon be the 3rd largest, surpassing defense. So that's money we could be spending somewhere else on great programs, on infrastructure and other things that we need in this country, but instead we're spending it on the interest on our debt.
Bob?
And Buddy Carter on the phone with us. The war in Ukraine now 2 months old. I haven't heard much about that lately. Are the reports of how many people are dying true, or what's going on over there?
From what we are getting reports from our intelligence when we have the security briefings, the Russians are really losing a lot of soldiers, a lot of troops, and but they continue on, and we're still being told that they're going to grind it out, and eventually Russia's going to win, and they're going to achieve their goals in Ukraine. We continue to support them with weapons where we can. I still maintain I don't want to see any American boots on the ground over in Ukraine, but I understand how important it is that we help them and we make sure that Russia hopefully is not successful, because these other countries are watching this. China's watching this. Iran's watching this. North Korea's watching this. And when they see the weakness that is the Biden administration, they're going to seize upon it. That's why I'm so concerned about China overtaking Taiwan. I'm very, very concerned that that's going to happen in the very near future.
And we use you for the update on the border. I'm just curious, you have friends across the aisle. Do you talk to your Democratic friends and ask why the president doesn't visit the border, and what's their reaction? I'm just curious if you've asked that question.
Yes, and there are some Democrats who are very upset, particularly those who live in Texas and or live along the border, I should say. They are very concerned. I've got some very good friends who we work across the aisle together, some Democrats who they're very concerned about what's going on at the border, and they too want us to secure our border. Henry Gonzalez, who is a very good friend who represents that area down there, a Democrat, he has been up in arms about it and has been calling the Biden administration out about what's going on there. But they continue to ignore it. It just baffles me. And Joe Biden says we've got a secure border. I don't know where he's coming from with that. I just don't understand it. Here's a president who, as president, as senator, as vice president, has never been to the border. He's never seen it. It's just unbelievable.
Have y'all figured out yet who's really running the administration yet? There's a joke about that goes around.
Yes, there is, and that is perhaps the most common question I get asked. Who's making the decisions out there? Because we know it's not the Biden people. We know it's not the Harris people. Who is it? And the only thing I've been told is perhaps it's the people left over from the Obama administration that are making those decisions. But they just seem to be tone deaf. I think they're out of touch. They don't understand the things that are of concern right now to the American people. When I'm in the district, what I'm hearing about is, what are we going to do about inflation? What are we going to do about groceries? What are we going to do about gas? What are we going to do about our southern border, about the fentanyl that's infesting our communities? What are we going to do about crime in our communities? And we used to think it's just crime in the metropolitan areas, but I will tell you, and look, Savannah's my home, and I love it. I've lived there all my life, but they've got a serious problem with crime over there right now, and it's in a lot of our areas, even in some of our rural areas. We're out visiting with our sheriffs, and they're telling us about, in our rural counties, they're telling us about having gangs out there that have ties to the cartels. It's just unbelievable.
What's your take on the raid on Mar-a-Lago?
I thought that was a very sad day. We continue to a very sad chapter in the history of our country when you see something like that happen to a former president. You would have thought that first of all, it's been 18 months, and now all of a sudden they've got to raid it to get it. As more information comes out, we'll learn about what's going on here, but I think that was certainly a lot more overkill than it needed to be. And I'm just appalled by it. I think that this administration has weaponized the Department of Justice as well as the FBI, and now they're trying to do it with the IRS. They're trying to weaponize the IRS. By the way, these IRS agents that they've hired, that's enough IRS agents to fill Truist Stadium 2 times.
Again, always.
Where are they all coming from?
Always a pleasure to have you on the show, buddy. Again, you're in re-election mode. How's the re-election campaign going?
It's good. We continue to be in the district and continue to go out and talk to people and listen to them. I mean, that's the key. You know, I'm not there to talk. I'm there to listen and to find out what their concerns are, and I continue to do that. And we continue to get a warm reception everywhere we go, and we're just excited and looking forward to this next session. I think we've got a really good shot at the chairmanship of the Budget Committee, which would be good because when we talk about oversight and investigations, the O&I, the Budget Committee, we have jurisdiction over everything. So that will be very exciting to be able to do that.
Today's Press Sentinel has a nice picture of you and Griffin Boykin in front of the Capitol, so you might want to pick up a copy of that.
Hey, Griffin did a great job. He did. We were really proud to have him up there.
He's a good kid, I said. Yeah. And one final question, of course, Georgia season about to kick off. Are you going to be at the opener at Oregon?
I will be there, and I will be there with bells on. I can't wait. Go Dogs.
What's your prognosis on the Georgia season? They got us ranked third preseason, which is fine. We lost a lot of defensive talent. So your thoughts on the season, looking at the schedule?
Well, we're going to reload. I think the schedule plays in our favor this year. Of course, it'll all boil down to the SEC championship, and you know, we beat Alabama now, so we punched them in the nose. We're not going to beat them every time, but we're going to beat them consistently. We needed to get over that hump big time, and now we are over it. So I feel very confident that we're going to be able to do this.
It should be a fun season. Again, buddy, always good to have you on the show. Again, appreciate the update for what's going on. A lot going on in Washington, so we'll look forward to having you next time, and hopefully we'll get you in the studio soon before the election as well.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Take care, Congressman. All right, Congressman Betty Carter here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Anything else on your mind this morning, Bob, before we head out of here?
Like I said, just want to remind everybody about football tomorrow night. Our coverage gets underway at 6:30 with the Wayne County Coaches Show. We taped that yesterday. Had a portion on our sports. Have another portion tomorrow, but always good to talk to Coach Chaw. But a lot of excitement for tomorrow night. The tickets are available on that GoFan.com if you're looking for tickets for that game. I'm not sure if they have any at the school. Haven't heard anything about that, but. And that's tomorrow night. But, again, our coverage gets underway at 6:30. The Coach Show pregame at 7, the kickoff at 7:30, and then the postgame show with Coach Shaw after the ball game. So looking forward to it. Should be a fun night over in Hinesville.
Sounds good, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.